Hi there, this is Miss Shanahan. I'm just wanting to go over CER with you. I've had a few people who've started to turn in their written work and it's not exactly up to par. So I'm assuming that some people are having a difficult time with the understanding of CER. So let's go over that. CER means claim, evidence, and reasoning. So claim, evidence, reasoning. And when I was in high school, way back with the dinosaurs, as I said before, I learned it as point proof. How does the proof prove the point? So what's your claim? What's your point? What are you trying to say? What's your evidence? Which proof that's that's your point? And what's your reasoning? How does the proof prove the point? See, a lot of you guys are giving me the point, and some of you are providing me with proof, but I'm not getting the hows. And that's where we're having some problems. So that's what this video is for. So how does the character feel? So how does the character feel? So for example, if she says, I hate you. There you go. And that's what she says. There's nothing there. You're just saying that how I hate you, and then you're being asked how does the character feel. So your claim, the character is upset. Um, the evidence, I hate you. That's your evidence. And your reasoning. This is where you go into it. And this is where it kind of fills up your essay and makes it look like, you've got a lot of words and everything. But so the word hate is a negative word. That means extreme dislike. By using hate in her sentence, the character is expressing extreme dislike towards the person to whom she is speaking. Therefore, the character is upset at that person. So I've got my claim, my evidence, and then my reasoning. So, and it's all in this one sentence, right, or two sentences right here. You don't even have to say, my claim is, my evidence is. It's right here. The whole sentence has the word hate is a negative, so that's your evidence. The word hate is a negative word that means extreme dislike. By using hate in her sentence, there's your evidence again, the character is expressing extreme dislike towards the person to whom she is speaking. Therefore, the character is upset at that person. So I've got my claim in here. The character is upset at that person. I've got my evidence, the word hate, and then I've got how that proves it. Extreme dislike, expressing extreme dislike towards the person to whom she is speaking because she used that word. So there's how that one works. Now, I'm going to use the same sentence, but I'm going to change some of it up. So she yelled, I hate you. Claim, the character is extremely angry. We're no longer just upset, we're extremely angry. And the evidence is she yelled, I hate you. And the reason you're seeing the extra quotes is because I'm quoting the entire sentence, and a quote within a quote gets a big quote around the outside and little quotes around the inside. That's why it looks like that. So now the reasoning is the word hate is a negative word that means extreme dislike. When the words are typed in all capital letters, yelling is implied. And so for those of you who know that from text messages and emails and stuff, when you put everything in all caps, you're emphasizing it, you're yelling, if you didn't know that before and you've been putting everything in all caps to all your friends, you've basically been yelling at your friends all the time. By putting the word hate in all capital letters, the author is demonstrating that the character is emphasizing the word. That should be word hate. As she is. See, I have typos too. Emphasizing the word hate as she is yelling at the other person, which implies that the character is feeling extreme dislike and anger towards the person to whom she is speaking. Once again, you don't have to have my claim is, my evidence is, my reasoning is. You just say this part of it right here, okay? Your claim, the character is feeling extreme dislike and anger. Okay, so she's extremely angry, extremely dislikes someone. Okay, that's your claim. It's here. Okay, your evidence is hate and putting the hate in all capital letters. Okay, and the yelling part of it. So she's yelling. It's in all capital letters. It's the word hate. Extreme dislike. These are all, the evidence of. And then your reasoning. By using that word hate, it's a negative word that means extreme dislike. When words are were typed in all capital letters, yelling is implied. By putting the word hate in all capital letters, the author is demonstrating that the character is emphasizing the word hate as she is yelling at the other person, which implies that the character is feeling extreme dislike and anger towards the person to whom she is speaking. Okay, so this is what your answer would be. If I'm asking you, how does the character feel? And you have this piece of evidence here. So you don't have to say claim, you don't have to say evidence, you don't have to say reasoning, but this kind of sentence, and I know, I wrote it, so it's a little higher level, but this kind of sentence is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for linking them back. Same sentence. She laughed. I hate you. Claim, the character is in a good mood. And the evidence is she laughed. So you still have I hate you, but now she's laughed. So while the word hate means an extreme dislike for something or someone, the author's description that she laughed implies that the character is in a good mood. It's possible that the character is replying to a comment or action made in good fun, like teasing or joking around. The character would probably not be laughing if she was not in a good mood. You see? Okay, so we're linking them all together there. We're saying, here's my claim, she's in a good mood. So it's right there. And what's my evidence is she laughed. Okay, so now you've got it in trying to sense it, and you're providing the counter argument. So someone might say, but she says I hate you. It's like, well, yes, while hate does mean extreme dislike for something, the author's description that she laughed implies that the character is in a good mood. And you guys have done that before. You've had someone who said something to you and you're like, oh my gosh, I hate you so much. But it's always in good fun, or it's in a, you're laughing at it. And it's, well, not always. Sometimes it's not. But in this case, I am inferring from what she's saying that she is in a good mood. And we'll get into infer versus imply someday as well. But that's what CER is, okay? You need to have your claim. What is your point? What are you trying to say? What do you want the audience or your reader to understand? You need to have evidence. You need to have your proof. These are quotes, okay? While it is good to have, an understanding of the story and be able to do it, please don't summarize the story and say that's your proof. You need quotes, okay? Sometimes you don't. Sometimes there's just, this happened in the story and therefore, and that works. But for right now, what you guys really need as you're learning this process is quotes. So I need to see some quotes, okay? And then reasoning. How does that quote prove your point? How does that quote prove your claim? So when you're talking about Samara and the impact on her thoughts, feelings, actions, and interactions, you need a quote from the story. It doesn't have to be a dialogue quote. It doesn't have to be something that someone said. It can be a line from the story. It can be a description from the story, but a quote from the story. And then explain how does that quote show how things are affecting Samara's thoughts, feelings, actions, and interactions. Okay, with 1.12, when you're talking about the job market and the person who becomes a journalist because there's no other job out there right now for them, and how does the exposition where it talks about the bad job market affect the characters, reasoning, the characters choices. You need to be able to say, quote, here's a quote from it, the bad market, blah blah blah. And so the character went and got this job because of whatever it is. But you need to have your claim, how it affects how it affects the speaker, the narrator, your character. What's your evidence? You need a quote at this point. And then how does that quote prove that this is how it affected the character? Okay, if you still have questions, I still have office hours on Tuesdays from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., Thursdays 1 to 3, And I also have my class connects on Tuesday mornings. But if you need more than that, if it's still not working for you, please either send me your written work beforehand and I'll review it and tell you what you need, and or contact me via Google Hangouts or email or call so that we can go over it. I want to make sure you guys get this. It's not easy. It took me a while to understand it when I was in high school, but it is essential. It will help you in your writing, both in the workplace and also in college, especially for those of you who are heading to college. You absolutely have to learn CER. So if you have any questions, please contact me. Otherwise, have a great day.